Let's make an Ethereal beat for Destroy Lonely. Yo, welcome back everybody. I hope y'all are doing well as always. Today we're going to be making a beat for Destroy Lonely, sort of in that realm of like ethereal, like ambient type of beat. And for this beat, I'm actually going to be using my new kit that just dropped with me in Gateway. It's called Whiteout Sound Kit. I will leave a link to that in the description. Make sure you guys go cop that. We put a ton of time into that. It's got like a bunch of stuff in it. It's got a whole drum kit, a phrases kit, one shots, and then some like bonus like loops, midis, and a couple mixer presets. So yeah, definitely go check that out. I'll leave it in the description. But without further ado, let's jump into this video. So starting this one off, we're at 129 BPM, and I got this MIDI from Prod Chrome, and I tossed it into this Analog Lab preset called Underwater Grave. It's from a Haze bank. It's called Devil in a Synth 2, and it's sounding like this. So this MIDI is nice for these like ethereal beats because it leaves a lot of space open, and it's also just got like a nice top line that's just catchy and repeats itself, so there's not too much going on. So then the next thing I did was I just copied over the same MIDI to this contact pad. It's like a vocal pad, and it sounds like this. And for these presets, both of them, I'm not doing anything besides just adding like an EQ to cut some of the lows out. So then the next thing I added was this Bell Rain one shot from the Whiteout kit, and I just did this simple pattern. So like I said before, the main thing with these is just very little notes and keeping a lot of space. So then the next thing I added was this bass from the Whiteout kit. It's called Bass Image, and it sounds like this. I like that bass because it has kind of like some natural, almost like bass guitar tones. So then the next thing I added was this key. It's called Key Analyst, and I just did this simple pattern with these little glide notes. So that's got some effects on it. It's got this shaper box preset. It's called Bugged, and that's actually in the bonus kit as a mixer preset. It's called the Gated Pan. So you toss that on, it sounds like that. Without it, it just sounds like this. Still a cool sound, but the preset gives it like a lot more movement and kind of just texture. So then what I ended up doing is taking all of those sounds and rendering them out into one audio file. And then I took that audio file and linked it to a mixer track. And then I just added my own custom mixer preset. But basically what it's doing is it's putting a halftime on it, an EQ to take out like majority of the highs and the lows. And then this Valhalla Supermassive, that's basically just like a big reverb. And then Portal with these settings. And then just a couple more EQs to like clean up the sound after. But so after all that processing, you get this. So then what I did is I just took that rendered out section and then kind of added in some of the other elements, like before I rendered them out. I just added them back in to give more like texture to the loop. So then with all of that together, you get this. So yeah, that's something I do with like a lot of my loops, is I'll take like the entirety of the loop and just render it out into its own audio file, and then like manipulate that file to where it basically sounds like it's just one sound or like one layer. And then I'll like reintroduce some of the old aspects back into the loop to give it like some more layering. So that's it for the melody. Now we can head over to the drums. So for these drums, they're all coming from the Whiteout kit. And I kept it pretty simple just because most of these Destroy Lonely beats that I hear that are like these ambient ones are fairly simple. It's just like leaving a ton of space for him to rap on. So I started with this go-to hi-hat, and it sounds like this. So I just did this pattern. So yeah, pretty simple, just a couple rolls. And then I added this snare gray. And this is more of like an acoustic snare, which I tend to hear a lot in Destroy Lonely beats. So I just did this pattern. And then next thing I added was this jug snare, which is basically just like a version of like the Zay snare. And then I lay down this pattern. And then next I added just these two open hats that hit at the 1 and the 5. And then next thing I added was this other open hat that hits at the 3 and the 7. It sounds like this. So that one's almost like a hi-hat, but just with like a bunch of reverb on it. And then really the last thing was just the 808. And for these beats with the 808s, you tend to hear a lot of kind of like funky patterns that don't like always necessarily follow the bass line. They kind of like bounce around like different octaves, and the patterns are kind of unique. So I ended up coming up with this pattern. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this beat. I hope you guys enjoyed as always. Let me know if you guys think this would be a good beat for Destroy Lonely. I could definitely personally hear him on it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go check out Whiteout. It's out now. There's also a bundle. I didn't mention this at the beginning, but there is a bundle that you can get Whiteout and Blackout for, I believe, like $45. Each kit is $30, so it's a pretty good deal. You get 15 bucks off. So go take advantage of that. But yeah, follow me on IG, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. And I'm going to play the beat, and I'm out of here. Peace.